join in after the service. We are still receiving prayer requests at prayer@unityomaha.org. Again, prayer@unityomaha.org. We appreciate you continuing to support us financially. We have a couple places. You can go to unityomaha.org and scroll down to that donate button, or you can mail us a check to 3424 North 90th Street, Omaha, Nebraska, 68134. That's my announcer's voice. We still have masks available. If you need a mask, come see us. They're $5.50. They're beautiful, handmade. We'll take care of you. We have a vision, right? There's a reason why we get together every Sunday, and there's a reason why we have Unity of Omaha, and that vision is in oneness. With universal energy, we celebrate a world united in divine love. Can you say that with me even when you're at home? In oneness, with universal energy, we celebrate a world united in divine love. Absolutely we do. And how we get there is we raise vibrational consciousness through creative teachings, positive prayer, and a nurturing community. We have a prayer chaplain always holding you in prayer, so please remember if you have any prayer requests to email them in, and we're happy to take care of that. And I would also like to start out this service with a little time of prayer. So if you can just take let's take 3 deep breaths. Just remember, anytime you need to slow down, 3 breaths will bring you back to that center you're looking for. And now in this space, in this time of connection, I want you to feel the words of the song. I want you to feel the love. I want you to feel the joy. And I want you to feel that peace. These 3 things are always present when we breathe in and be in the silence. This is our way to connect, to recharge, to raise our own vibration so that when we walk into a store later on today or we connect with another person, they can feel that love, that joy, and that peace. 3 deep breaths will always bring you back to center, to the Christ consciousness of knowing that you always are an expression of love. You always are an expression of joy, and you always are the presence of peace. And so it is.
We're going to ask you guys that are in here to stand with us.
I know that my good is here now. I am loved, supported in all I achieve. It doesn't matter why or how. I am grateful for everything I have received. I am rich beyond measure. I have more than my wildest dreams. I am a powerful, creative, spiritual being, fulfilling my destiny. I am rich beyond measure. I have more than my wildest dreams. I am a
Good morning, Unity. So great to be here. For everyone, well-being is a journey. The secret is committing to that journey and taking those first steps with hope and belief in yourself. Deepak Chopra. And from healthyplace.com, when I is replaced by we, even illness becomes wellness.
The truth can hurt you, or the truth can change you. What will truth do to you?
I just wanna be happy, but if I keep on doing the things that keep on bringing me pain, there's no one else I can blame if I'm not happy. Wasted time, but now I can see the biggest enemy, it was me. So I'm not happy. Cry yourself to sleep. Shout and raise your hands. It won't change a thing, child, until you understand. If you're tired of being the same, if you're tired of things not changing, it's time for you to get out the way. Don't get stuck in how you feel. Say, Spirit, take the wheel. They know the road that you need to take.
But it only works
If you want to be happy,
look at yourself and say,
don't you want to be happy? I just want to be happy. But if I keep on giving my heart for people to tear apart, the healing will never start. So I can be happy. Will I ever be happy? Cry yourself to sleep. Shout and raise your hands. It won't change a thing, child, until you understand.
if I'm talking to you, then say it.
If you're tired of being the same, if you're tired of things not changing, it's time for you to get out the way.
You've been down too long.
Don't get stuck in how you feel. Say, Spirit, take the wheel. He knows the road that you need to take.
I feel different right here.
It's so easy to complain, addicted to the pain. You give your heart, they push it away.
But I got news for you.
Spirit knows just how you feel. Just let him take the wheel. The love you need is already here.
But the question is,
do you want to be happy? I just want to be happy.
now if you really mean it, open up your heart and say yes.
Let me hear you say yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you're tired of
Let
going
me
in
hear you
circles,
say yeah, yeah, yeah.
tired of making the same
Let me hear you
mistakes,
say yeah, yeah, yeah.
now's your
Let me hear you
chance.
say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Say yeah.
If you're tired of being the same, if you're tired of things not changing, it's time for you to get out the way.
Are you ready? Come on.
Don't get stuck in how you feel. Say, Spirit, take the wheel.
What you doing?
Know the road that you need to take.
Easy to complain.
It's so easy to complain.
Come on.
Addicted to the pain. You give your heart, they push it away.
Hey, Spirit, your friends will never leave
Spirit
you.
knows just how you feel. Just let him take the wheel. The love you need is already here.
But the question is,
Do you want to be happy?
oh, it took a long time for some of us, but are we ready?
I just want to be happy.
So every day if you look in the mirror or whatever, you gotta ask yourself, do I want to be happy? Do I want to be happy? Say yes.
I just want to be happy.
So if you want to be happy, then send a heart or a thumbs up or something on our feed. That way we can know you were paying attention and we know you were with us. So do you want to be happy? Is that something that we all want? Does being happy go along with our well-being? Yeah, kind of does, doesn't it? So our affirmation for this month is, my heart knows well-being no matter the circumstances. Well, Lord knows we've had some circumstances this year, haven't we? You know, I've enjoyed seeing the post on Facebook where there's this huge bundle of sage being burned, and they're saying we're saging 2020. Because we need to, don't we? 2020 has been something that has a desire to be cleared out. So we're just going to do a year blessing and a year clearing. And we can do that in consciousness. Oh, so as we get more and more into our well-being, last week we talked some about it, and I said our topic this week was going to be, it depends. It depends. So our well-being depends on a lot of things, doesn't it? But what I can promise you, that everything it depends on is within you and within your grasp. So I want to just go over real quickly, because I thought this was so important from last week. What does our well-being depend on? It depends on us from this same verse that we looked at last week. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the springs of life. And as we talked last week, that heart has to do with connecting with our divinity, connecting with our heart space, connecting with that place that Charles Fillmore, one of our co-founders, referred to as the abode of God. Being in that presence of our heart, knowing that all wisdom, all joy, all things of good flow from that place, and not the illusionary mind. So I hope this week, as you've gone through your week, you have had less episodes of getting lost in your mind. It can be a struggle sometimes, but it's okay, because as long as we have an awareness of it, we can continue on. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, and I put a little bit of a teaser in it in the commercial that I did before service, it's 5 steps to well-being. You know, aren't there steps to everything? There's always a step. There's this step and that step. There's 12 steps. There's 5 steps. There's 10 steps. There's 15 steps. But here we've got 5 steps, and these are pretty good steps. And I think if we were to focus on them, that we would gradually begin to see an improvement in our well-being. So one of our steps is to connect. Well, that's a little difficult right now, isn't it? But for us to strengthen our relationships. Now, do you have to be 6 inches in front of somebody's face to connect and strengthen your relationship? No, you don't. You don't. So strengthen relationships with others and feeling close to and valued by others, including at work, is critical to boosting well-being. Every relationship we have, it's important that we connect, and we connect from that heart space. Because half the time if we connect up here, and Lord knows I'm one of the worst about doing this, that monkey mind gets to going. We start making up stories. We start creating things out there that have nothing to do with what's real. You know, I shared with somebody here recently, I said, here's the piece, I'm still human, I'm still walking in this human body. And because of that, if there's something I don't know, if there's something I question and I don't have the answers, I tend to follow human experiences. And that is, I'm going to make something up. And you know, there's a 90% chance that what I make up is way off base. So, isn't it? Isn't that the way it goes? So, strengthen your relationships with others, feeling close to and valued by others. Now, how you feel is your responsibility, is it not? So, nobody can make you feel another way. But a circumstance that you come across can trigger feelings within you, but then it's our responsibility to look at those feelings and go, okay, was this real? Or was this part of that meaning-making machine that I carry between my ears? It's a good possibility it was something other than real. One of the next steps is keep learning. Keep learning. What I've realized is I'm a lifelong student. No matter what I'm doing, there's something in there that in me that strives to want to learn about it. So be curious and seeking out new experiences at work and in life, and more generally, positive stimulus to the brain. What was the last time you did something that stimulated and got you thinking? You know, maybe it's puzzles. It doesn't have to be sitting down and reading the most recent journal on how to build a rocket ship. You know, we don't have to be rocket scientists. That's not asking you to learn that. But to stimulate those things in your brain. I remember years ago when I still had my mother living with me. And, you know, I miss her dearly. But I came home from work one day, and she was sitting, and she had a TV tray in front of her. And she was sitting there, and I'm watching her, and she's writing with her left hand. This woman has been right-handed her whole life. And I said, Mom, did you hurt your right hand? No. Mom, what are you doing? Well, I saw on TV that if we want to keep our brain stimulated, that we should do things with our opposite dominant hand. And so I want to keep my brain stimulated, so I'm writing with my left hand. And I went, bless your heart. Isn't that great? So, and at that point, I think she was like 89 years old. So we're never too old to learn. We're never too old to find something that is going to help us stimulate our minds. So keep learning. That was step number 2. Is that something we feel like we can do? I hope so, because there's always something that we can do to stimulate and to bring about positive experiences. Be active. Being physically active, including work, improve physical health, can improve the mood and well-being and decrease stress, depression, and anxiety. It's interesting because you see people that are walking or running, and a lot of times the expression on their face is just kind of oblivious. But I think that's because they are engaged in that physical activity and they're allowing their mind to clear. So be active. It could be out working in the flower beds. In this time that we're still experiencing some social distancing, and I do encourage all of you to be mindful of that and to do those things for your own safety's sake and for the safety's sake of those around you. Because you know what, in this time, it's not just about me and my joy and my happiness and my comfort, but it's about how I'm supporting that and the people around me as well. But there are so many things we can do. Go for a walk. Yes, the gyms are open, and if you do that, please be mindful about that. I know the gym I use is open, and people are being really good there, so that's a good thing. Go for walks in your neighborhood. Take the dog. If you're really brave, take the cat, you know. But be genuinely out there engaging in some sort of physical exercise. You don't have to run a marathon. If you typically don't do something, add it to your regimen to increase your stamina, increase your abilities. Here's a good one. Give. Carrying out acts of kindness, whether small or large, can increase happiness, life satisfaction, and a general sense of well-being. Tell me, have you experienced that? Have you had that joy that it felt like when you gave? About all of those wonderful things coming back to you? It's a wonderful experience. As we teach, when we talk about prosperity and abundance, the act of giving is the exact energy of the act of receiving. So in order for you to give with a joyful heart, you have to receive with a joyful heart. In order for you to receive with a joyful heart, then you have to give with a joyful heart, because it's the same energy just cycling around. So I encourage you to be in that. Giving doesn't just mean money. We have a little pantry here. We're always looking for donations and things for that little pantry. Keep an eye in our email blast. I know Tony shared with you that you could sign up for the email blast by emailing Vicki, V-I-C-K-I, at unityomaha.org. Getting in the email blast, because we are going to start having some activities. We are going to start opening for a few people to be coming on Sundays, and that information is in our email blast. But we're looking at having a drive, literally a drive for our little free pantry, where we'll take donations outside, whether it be donations of food or donations of money. It's up to you. But know that we have that going on, and that's coming up. But giving is definitely one of those steps. Definitely one of those things that can create an experience of well-being way beyond anything you would expect. So give, but do so with a joyful heart. And the last one, and this one goes back to so many of our root teachings, is to take notice. Paying more attention to the present moment, to thoughts and feelings, and to the world around. It boosts our well-being. We need to take notice, because here's one thing. If you find yourself in kind of a negative space and you take notice, then at least you are in a state of awareness and can help shift that, right? That's a good thing for us to remember. But take notice. Pay attention to the world around you. You know, so much of our lives we spend on autopilot. So much of our lives goes by us, and we get to a certain point and we go, oh my gosh, how did I get here? How did I get here? Not only when we're driving to point A to point B, but how many of you have lost years? Years have gone by and you've gone, oh my gosh, how did I get here? Every time I have a birthday, it's like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? Another year? Pay attention. Because as we pay attention and take notice to those things around us, we do so with a mind and a heart that is open to bringing in the good. All of these things are important. So it's important that we connect, that we keep learning, that we be active, that we give, and that we take notice. But it's important that we do all of those things with that deep desire, that joyful desire, with that heart base. So it always comes back to staying connected with your heart. Because as you do these things in that heart connection, you do these things in a place of energy that is going to create immense well-being. Well-being that not only will infect your life, but as you stand as a model to those around you, it will support those around you in moving into a greater experience of well-being. We all know it. We've all seen it. Well-being is contagious. Just like joy is contagious, love is contagious. And aren't we at a point in our world right now where we need to spread a contagion of love and compassion? Spread a contagion of joy and peace. And let those energies, those pieces of consciousness, fill all of the other things that are showing up in our world to be healed. We have a lot of healing to do. And it's up to each and every one of us to first heal that within us and then continue to be active. Just because I'm healed doesn't mean that I stop, does it? That just means that I'm better equipped now to support the healing of the planet and all of its inhabitants. So I encourage you, do these steps. Take them one by one. Do them with a joyful heart. Do them from that place of your heart connection, because that is where the spring of water flows. And so I'm going to invite you to come together, and we're going to go into a time of meditation. So as we get ready for that, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and move deeply into your heart space. Very deeply into that heart space. Deep cleansing breaths as you feel it come in through your mouth and go down into your heart and just expand. Filling your heart with that energy of joy. Allowing it to birth well-being in your experience, in your life. And as we are fully connected with our higher power, with God, with Source, with the universe, by whatever name you call it, we do so with that commitment to strengthen our relationships, to make those connections, with a commitment to learning, to always being open to new ideas and new opportunities to grow, to stretch and to expand. And we make that commitment to ourselves to engage in some level of physical activity that supports us and that stretches us. For in that time, when we do that, we wind up being able to breathe deeper. And as we breathe deeper into that divine essence of who we are. We commit in this essence, in this time of connection and meditation. We commit to giving, to being the bearer of acts of kindness. And as we are in an energy of giving, we are also in that energy of receiving, because it is a full cycle. One does not happen without the other. For we know when we give through acts of kindness and love, that love and kindness flows back to us. We are filled with joy and peace. We hold compassion, not only for the world around us, but for ourselves. And as we are connected here in this time, across the miles, the distance, through this thing called the internet, in this space, we take notice. We pay attention, recognizing that our thoughts and our feelings pave the way for our experience. The seeds we plant with our intentions will be the harvest that we experience through our days. And so take notice. Take notice how deeply you're breathing. And I encourage you to take your next breath a little deeper. And as we breathe more deeply, we take these 5 steps and we set them as active intentions. And as we do that, we move into a few moments of silence in order to contemplate and to seat these things in the silence. And as we bring our focus back to this space, to this time, to this now, we do so in that energy of love. We do so in this perfect time for who we are. We do so as an expression of that divine place within us and around us. For we have been told that this is our inheritance. We have been told that we are here to be the expression of all that is divine. And as we come back into this now, we do so with gratitude. And so it is. Amen. Oh, what a joy. What a joy. And would you guys like to go ahead and come join me? So this is typically the time in which we demonstrate prosperity. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick our affirmation for this morning. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is good. I can easily adapt to change because I am a resilient being. That is perfect, and that's exactly who we are, right? Yes, thank you. So as the music team brings us a song, I encourage you to be holding in consciousness that which you will give, that which you will do to help support this ministry. And our offertory affirmation continues to be, I fill my heart with appreciation, and in that consciousness I am blessed, and my gifts are blessed. And so it is.
Have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Praise the rules, we shout to praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of praise. We sing with words of praise. We affirm our lives as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Yes, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roofs and shout the praise. Spirit's in this place. Yeah, 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 yeah. Spirit's in this place. Yes, Spirit's in this place. Oh, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit
Thank you, guys. So know that when we say Spirit is in this place, it's not just right here. Spirit is anywhere that we are. And so know that when we say Spirit is in this place, it is right there with you. It's sitting in front of whatever that monitor is you're watching, and it is filling your heart. And so for that, we are blessed. So join me as we bless those tithes, gifts, and offerings that we know are moving toward us, that are flowing into the energy of this ministry, carrying out its mission and helping us move forward. And so we bless all those gifts. We bless the hearts and the hands of all those individuals involved in this process. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen. So I'm going to ask those that are in the room to please stand and join me as we say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me.
I am that light.
The love of God enfolds me.
I am that love.
The power of God protects me.
I am that power.
The presence of God watches over me.
I am that presence.
Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Have a blessed week. We hope to see you back here next week.
Truth can hurt you, or truth can change you. What will truth do to you? Wanna be happy,
But if I keep on doing the things that keep on bringing me pain, there's no one else I can blame if I'm not happy. Wasted time, but now I can see the biggest enemy, it was me, so I'm not happy. Cry yourself to sleep, shout and raise your hands. It won't change a thing, child, until you understand. If you're tired of being the same, if you're tired of things not changing, it's time for you to get out the way. Don't get stuck in how you feel. Say, Spirit, take the wheel. They know the road that you need to take. If you want to be happy,
But it only works if you look at yourself and say,
you want to be happy. I just want to be happy.
yeah.
But if I keep on giving my heart for people to tear apart, the healing will never start, so I can be happy. Will I ever be happy? Cry yourself to sleep, shout and raise your hands. It won't change a thing, child, until you understand.
If we're talking to ourselves, then say
If
it.
you're tired of being the same, if you're tired of things not changing, it's time for you to get out the way.
If you've kept yourself down too
Don't
long,
get stuck in how you feel. Say, Spirit, take the wheel. They know the road that you need to
I
take.
think I feel different right here.
It's so easy to complain, addicted to the pain. You give your heart, they push it away.
But you can have news right here.
Spirit knows just how you feel. Just let it take the wheel. The love you hate is already here.
But the question is,
Do you want to be happy?
hey, think about it.
I just want to be happy.
Now, if you really mean it, open up your heart and
Let me hear
say,
you say,
yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tired of going in circles, the same
Let me hear you
mistakes.
say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me hear you say, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Say yeah.
If you're tired of being the same, if you're tired of things not changing, it's time for you to get out the
Are
way.
you ready? Come on.
Don't get stuck in how you feel. Say, Spirit, take the wheel. They know the road that you need to take.
It's easy question is,
do you want to be happy?
sometimes it takes a long time for us to say it, but if you're
I
ready,
just want to be happy.
every day look in the mirror, ask yourself,
Do you want to be happy?
come on, just say it together.
I just want to be happy.